Hey everybody, just a Mongo here. Going over my 60 card hero deck profile. That's right, you heard me. 60 cards. Some of the new cards in Supreme Darkness are pretty dookie ass if you're trying to get in lower deck counts. Cough Cough, Infernal Rider. However, if you're on higher deck counts, for example 60, cards like Infernal Rider aren't terrible. This is pretty much what I've done. There's a couple things you could probably change, of course, to whatever your taste or flavor is. Starting off for the Elemental Hero package, we're on the 3 copies of Stratos, of course. He's your everything. Obviously, you want to play 3 because you're on the highest deck count possible. We're also only 1 copy of Blazeman. Blazeman isn't terrible this format. He's not a terrible normal summon either. He's also not terrible in 60, just for the fact that sometimes you just can't really get to certain things. We're also only 1 copy of Mist and then 1 copy of Neos. Moving on to your Vision Hero line, we need 3 copies of Ferris, the 1 Increase, and the 2 Vion. You'll probably bump Vion up to 2 copies if you want, just because he's not a terrible card. However, we are in 1 Increase now. Obviously, 60 means that we're going to draw him very less likely. However, if we do happen to draw him, we do have a way to recycle him through Dark Contact, which isn't terrible. However, if you're trying to get in lower builds, like 45 or lower, I would really suggest playing 2, just because it's not great trying to combo through Sludge, just to like recycle and increase. It doesn't feel great, it doesn't play great either, so if you're on lower deck counts, obviously play 2 Increase, I would recommend. However, on 60 though, we can just fuck it, we ball, and just play 1. Destiny Hero package, of course 3 Melee, 1 Annihilator, and 1 Plasma. Very standard package here for the Evil Hero package, because we're on the highest deck count possible. We're on 3 copies of Dusted Gold, 1 Dead End Prison, 1 Necrom, and then the 1 Infernal Rider. So let's talk a little bit about this Evil Hero package. Obviously, a Dusted Gold is very expensive right now. I think it's about 30 bucks for the cheapest copy, which is fucking insane. But it's a very much needed card. I think in lower count builds, about 60 or lower, honestly, I think 2 Dusted, 2 Assault is good. However, I'm playing 3 Dusted, 3 Assaults, just because combo. Dead End Prison's a really cool card. I don't know why the fuck it's a rock for whatever reason. However, pretty much you can send as cost a hero monster from deck to grave, and then he becomes a named material substitute. So you can use him as Neos for your Neos Lord. You can use him as Avian or Burstinatrix on your Backfire, which is really cool. We also have Necrom here. He's been out. He can banish himself from grave, summon a evil hero from hand or deck. We're also playing Infernal Rider. We summon him off of Necrom usually. Pretty much him, when he's normal special summoned, you can search Dark Fusion from deck to him. Also, you can banish this card from your grave and 4 other hero monsters to set 1 Super Poly from your deck. However, it does lock you into heroes, not only for the rest of the turn, but also the opponent's turn. However, he also does have a stipulation where Super Polymerization allows you to bypass the need for Dark Fusion, which makes you be able to basically go into Neos Lord using Super Poly, which is cool. He's a kind of brick. You do have to play him and Dark Fusion. You can also play Super Poly if you wanted, which is another brick. You really do not want to draw Super Poly, because if you do, he only gets the Dark Fusion cheat effect with Super Poly if you search Super Poly. So if you open it, it just doesn't work. Of course, we're on the 3 copies of Ash. I think like Ash is kind of needed now just because Fuwaros is everywhere. We're on Rhoda, Foolish, Call By, 2 copies of E-Call. I think 2's fine. You could bump it up to 3 if you want. I think 2's fine. That's pretty much all you need. 3 Hero Lives, 3 Evil Assault. Evil Assault's pretty cool. Basically, it can pitch a card from your hand, either take a level 4 level Evil Hero from deck, either add it to your hand or special it. Also, for the rest of the turn after this resolves, you cannot special from the extra deck except for heroes. This card's in your grave except the turn it will center. You can banish this card from your grave, add 1 Dark Fusion from your grave to your hand. You can use each effect once per turn. Pretty interesting, has okay recursion. It's not terrible. Obviously, it's like a good starter, especially for your evil line. We're on 2 copies of Polymerization, 1 Miracle Fusion, 1 Mass Change. We're on the 1 copy of Dark Fusion, the 1 Dark Contact, and this is pretty optional, however, I think just because we're on 60, I kind of want to play this for the memes. Super Polymerization. Of course, the 3 copies of Fusion Destiny were still on. Moving on, we're on 3 copies of Thrust. I'm on 2 copies of Talent just to fill out the last 2 spots. These could be like anything else if you really wanted to. I think 2 Thrust is fine. Or 2 Talents. And then 3 copies of Droplet. You could play more Breakers. I think Droplet is a requirement for Hero decks, though. Our 1 favorite Contact, Dark Supremacy, and then the 3 copies of Imperm just because it's a pretty damn good card. The reason why we're on Dark Supremacy in the main is because there's a really weird debate on whether or not this should be sided or main. I think this is just fine. Obviously, side out if you know you're going second. But it's normal trap. This is searchable off of the Backfire card. You can target cards, face-up cards. The opponent controls up to number of Dark Fusion spells, and cards and spells that mention it in your grave and negate their effects at the end of the turn. Also, if this card's in your grave, you can accept the turn it was sent there. You can banish it and then target up to 5 heroes in your grave and/or banishment. Shuffle them to the deck. That recursion is pretty goddamn nutty, just on the fact that you can like recycle like 2 Mallies from banishment into the deck, and then just have more gas for later. But the fact that it's just like an Omni-Negate, which is pretty damn crazy. So obviously we have the Dark Fusion, we have Dark Contact, because that does mention Dark Fusion, and then of course we have the Evil Assaults. So it's potentially 3 negates. Usually you only need 1 though, just for like your opponent like plays a board breaker or something like that. Then you can just negate with Supremacy. Moving on to the extra deck. Of course, we're on Leaf Lane Wingman, Sunrise, Wake Up, Sanguineous Wingman, DPE, Dystopia, Darkfall. Into the newer shit, of course, we have Backfire. This thing takes either Avian or Sinistrix and a hero monster. When it's special summoned, you can search a card from your deck or graveyard that mentions Dark Fusion. Obviously, we're going to be adding Dark Supremacy off of that. We're also on Malicious Bane. This guy's like your board wipe. Pretty damn good. He's what you go into going second. We're also on 1 copy of Neos Lord. I finally have a QCR. It is very expensive and very shiny. I ended up pulling this from a random box, which is pretty neat. This guy's okay. He takes Elemental Hero Neos or a fusion that mentions it, and 1 effect monster in the field. So ideally, you want to use your favorite contact, summon out your Sanguineous Wingman, get a bunch of pops, and if it's threatened, then you flip over Super Poly, use him and an opponent's monster in order to go to Neos Lord, and then Neos Lord like snag a guy when materials sent to grave, which is pretty neat. It's come up like once or twice. I don't think like this package is really needed though, just because Hero already has a crazy ass end board. But it came up like once, which is cool. We're on 2 copies of Cross Crusader, of course, 2 Driver, and the 1 Frontal Devicer. If you're on 60, you have to play 2 Devicer or 2 Driver. It's required pretty much. Side deck, we're of course on 3 copies of Nibiru. Nibiru is pretty damn good this format. Of course, 3 Lancia for the Malice and Ritual Beast type stuff. I'm trying out 3 copies of Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. It's come up a couple times, mostly here for the Malice matchup. It's fine. It's not amazing. This can be pretty much anything you really want here. I don't think Phantasme is the best card for this, but like being able to draw and like put an increase back from hand to the deck is pretty cool. We're on Duster, 2 copies of Dark Ruler, the 1 Karma Cannon, and the 2 copies of D-Barrier. So yeah. Combo is pretty much the exact same, however it is sequenced a little bit different just to get Rider out, typically by Necrom. However, there's a bunch of different ways to get to it. This deck does 40 billion different ways to get to the same end board, pretty much. Pretty much, if you know what the mainline combo looks like, you pretty much know how to get there. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. I'm pretty interested in trying out more wacky hero stuff, just because new support is pretty fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. Yeet.